Hey everyone, welcome to episode 22 of my collection. We are diving back into Marvel this week for a pretty big stack of books, and a few other slabs that we'll show off a little bit in too. So this week we are doing Thor and all the Thor related books that I have. So I'm excited to show these books. You know, pretty cool. Bunch of Thor books. Most of them I believe I've gotten from my LCS. You know, they call it the shop here in Alamosa. Some of them I bought online. Obviously, the bigger stuff I bought elsewhere because they wouldn't have lasted long at my LCS. So, well, forget rambling on. Let's dive into it. The first book we have is a True Believers, but it's the only way I would be able to afford this book of True Believers of Journey into Mystery 83. I'm positive it's 83, but then again, I could always be wrong since I'm not looking at the numbers in front of me. But first appearance of Thor, so pretty cool book. Not a bad story actually. Although the only complaint I have about Thor and his early history is the whole hammer and the whole Dr. Jekyll, Mr. Hyde thing of being a mortal being. And turning back into a mortal being if he wasn't touching his hammer. So, I mean, it is what it is, but it's pretty good. So, there's Thor. First appearance of Thor. I got this one, Hall of Justice. It is Journey into Mysteries number 115. It is the origin of Loki and second appearance of the Absorbing Man. This is was graded by them at a 2.0. Because there's a 2.5 by 2 inch square missing from the bottom back cover near the staple. So some advertising thing back here. There's just a little piece cut out and missing. So not bad. I mean, for 20 bucks, a very early appearance of Thor. And it's still an early appearance of Thor, you know, an aspect of Loki's history. So figured it would be a great book to have. This was bought from the comic book G-Spot or on an auction. This is Thor number 154, another nice 12-cent book. I think it was first appearance of Mangog, something like that. One of the cool covers. I like how it looks. So, really cool. We have Thor in a CBCS graded 165. First full appearance of him. Adam Warlock, first appearance of Astrologer, Royal of Asgard, Odin, and Watcher appearance. It is graded a 3.5 CBCS, so unfortunately, I was hoping for, I think I was expecting a little bit higher. I think I was hoping for a 4 out of this, but oh well. It's a little bit of a crooked in there, just a hair. Hey, kitty kitty. Cat likes to be loud. Alright, next up is Thor 166. That was the last 12-cent appearance, and this is the first 15-cent book. Second full appearance of him, Adam Warlock. Thor versus him, classic cover and battle scene. This is a beautiful looking Kirby cover artwork. Just the 3D detail look of it, just awesome. The red, the blue, the orange, the green, the rocks. Dude, that just looks gorgeous. 4.5 CBCS. Hoping for a 5. Really hoping for a 5. Just missed out. It sucks, but what are you gonna do? The Mighty Thor, but I'm just gonna say Thor 247. Thor 260. Actually, I have to, Thor 260. Thor 264. Thor 272. Like this cover. Thor 299. Thor 328. Thor 334, one of the more boring covers. I mean, I don't like this cover very much. So, anyway. Thor 335. And apparently Jane Foster is in this one. Thor 336. Next up, I have the first appearance of Beta Ray Bill, Nick Fury appearance in Thor 337. CGC 8.0. It had when I bought this for like 30 bucks or 40 bucks, it had a big old golden smudge thing right there. But I had it cleaned and pressed and it got most of it out. It was like a golden fingerprint kind of a thing. But it's mostly gone. Nice bad. I mean, or mostly gone, and I like it. You know, only an 8.0, but it's, you know, could be a lot worse, right? So, if Beta Ray ever makes an appearance here, it'd be a great book to have. Then we have Thor 338, second appearance and origin of Beta Ray Bill. I think this is the American version, because I know that there was an American version and a Canadian version, but I believe because this one is 60 cents and not 75 cents, it is the American version. So, pretty cool. And then I have the True Believers of Thor 339, which basically is the first appearance of, you know, Stormbreaker, you know, Beta Ray Bill's hammer that Odin gifts him. So, pretty cool. Pretty cool book. Thor 341. Thor 343. Thor 344. Thor 350. Thor 355. 356. Hercules story. 358. One of the silliest story arcs I probably would ever read. Thor 364, where he gets turned into a frog. Ribbit much. Thor 382. The giant-sized 300 anniversary issue. So I must have had it wrong before. Journey into Mystery number 82, not 83. So, because it was 300 issues after Thor had appeared, and obviously because Journey into Mysteries became Thor. So, pretty nice. And we introduce Punk Rock Thor with Thor 384. You know, rock on, you know, man. I kill the ice giants with rock and roll. Thor 390. Captain America wields Mjolnir and says Avengers Assemble. So, awesome book to have. One of these days I might get this one graded, but definitely need a good pressing before I do. Thor 399. 407. 429. 438, part 1 of the Thor War. Pretty cool. Interesting story. I'm missing one of them. Thor 439. Sorry. Thor 440. Pretty cool. $453. $454. $610. So got this from Discovery Bay and pop-up shop. I believe these are in order the best I can, but I cannot be 100% sure. And here we go from Another True Believers to Thor #1, when Thor becomes unworthy, drops the hammer, and Jane Foster picks it up as Thor. So this, I believe, is the second the first in cameo of Jane Foster as Thor, but I will maintain that the what if Jane Foster had found the hammer of Thor is her first true appearance as Thor. I don't care if her name is Thordia or something like that, female version of Thor or whatever. She picked up the hammer, she had the power of Thor, she's Thor. You can call me, I can pick up Thor's hammer and I can call myself Captain Squeaky and still be Thor. It doesn't matter if I call myself Captain Squeaky or Thor. I'm still Thor. Thor 703. Pretty cool. And then finally, it was really clear how Thor had a golden hammer, golden arm in the later books. Probably one of my favorite comics of Thor, Thor 705, the Art Germ cover, the gorgeous. It's really gorgeous. Thor #12. Like I said, because this is, alright, goes out to that one. This is the origin of Mjolnir, Thor's hammer. And it was interesting, this origin story. As you can see, or you can definitely tell it's afterwards, because that's female Thor and Jane there. So it's very interesting. This is a very interesting story. Not the most exciting it covers, obviously, but it's very interesting to read that entryway story arc. Thor #1, Legacy 707. So really cool, and like I said, when I saw that cover, I'm like, Thor has a golden arm? And I'm reading this going, please explain why. It didn't explain why. I had to basically track it down and figure out how he got his arm. Finally answer that question. And here we go to a Thor Annual #12. And I don't know if this one would be part of the story arc or not, a later book or not, or where exactly, a different title or whatever. But we have Thor, God of Thunder #14. Just a nice cover, cool cover kind of, thing. So whether or not it's part of it or not, I'm showing it off. So there you go. There is my collection of Thor, episode #22. Big old stack, and actually went for a decent amount of time this time, so I got a lot of stuff for Thor. Even though I'm surprised I actually had quite so much of Thor. Thor, I think at the time might have been one of those books I was chasing after and just didn't keep with. Decided that I wanted to go after Amazing Spider-Man more, and that Thor just made less sense, probably because he still speaks in the Old English or Norse. It's like, if I can't clearly read it, it's not going to hold my interest for too long, you know what I mean? So Thor still speaks in Ye Olden language, and so Ye Olden me didn't keep my attention very much. So I'll still collect a key or two, but I don't think I'll ever try and complete a run of Thor. In fact, I might even sell a lot of my other stuff, here in the future. Who knows? Still keep the keys, definitely keep the keys. No way in heck I'm getting rid of this or my two Adam Warlock him appearance books, because I was speccing on those, and so I bought them cheaper while I could before they went up. Probably, so. Anyway, so that's that. Hope you enjoy the show. Stay tuned for next week, episode 23, when we go back to DC. I'm thinking Batman let's see if I can find something here. My computer's up real quick, so I might be able to, I'm thinking I might do Batman, Supergirl, Aquaman, or Static Shock. That leaves me with that. Those are left. So, if you guys have a preference, let me know. Those are the ones. Those are the collections that I have set as thumbnails set aside for. I will have to, anything less, more, I'll have to dive into my collection and see what I have. But yeah, so Static Shock, Batman, Supergirl, Superman. Looks like I still have a branch of Superman to do. Aquaman. So let me know what you think. If you guys have a preference, I'm more than happy to listen. So stay tuned for the next episode of my collection dropping next week. So happy collecting, everyone. As always, stay safe out there. Till next time, Mr. Comics signing off. Have a good night.